Hi, Robin. How are you?
Good to see you, Kelly.
Thank you for joining me on this call today. I'm super excited that you're going to be coming to Divinely Rooted Yoga Studio um, on October 23rd at 12 p.m. It's a Sunday, and you're going to be with us for 4 hours from 12 to 4 that day. And I can't wait. I'm realizing how much I need it. I need to ground my own energy. And so I was just wanting to get on a call with you today. If you can just tell me a little bit about maybe your meditation practice in any way, how it's helped you.
Yeah. So I started with heart rhythm meditation about 10 years ago. Um, I have a son who's 26. So I guess it was best 13 years ago. And he was going through a very active, challenging adolescent period. And I was introduced to heart rhythm meditation. And what I realized at the time, after, about a year into it, is that in our family, my son would get all excited and worked up. And I realized what an adrenaline junkie I was, that I was sort of walking around like a pot about to boil over, and his energy would add to the pot. And then my energy would like just like I learned how to feel my pulse rate. My pulse rate would go up, the heat in my body, I could feel the heat in my face. I was having like tuning into my body, which was great. And I was noticing like, wow, I am so used to living on that edge between like active and overwhelmed. Like I'm just coasting right along. And over the course of 13 years of meditation practice and teaching meditation and creating meditation experiences for people, I have really been able to reset my baseline down to active, at the edge of active and relaxed.
I love that. That's wonderful. That is, yeah. Your energy looks very radiant to me right now. So I'm like, I can tell you have a regular practice that keeps you vibrant. Um, can you tell me, do you have any um any stories that you want to share about maybe what that had made you realize like why meditation practice is important for you today?
Yeah. I wanted to present on the topic of confidence and fear, because anxiety is so much a part of our everyday lives, and because meditation is such a good nutrition. It's such a good nutrition for the fears that create that state of being sort of riding the wave between active and overwhelmed, that anxiety level. And it came home to me about a month ago. I was at the end of a long work day, and I was robotically putting gas in my car, thinking about my 1 hour drive home. And as I'm at the pump to pull my gas thing out, two young men, boys, early teenager kind of thing, like walk up and very sweet looking, and they're looking, making eye contact. I'm like, oh, what nice young men. I wonder why are they talking to me? People don't talk to each other. What's going on? But I'm still pretty, in my own world. And one starts whispering, hey lady, give me your keys. And I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense to me. Hey lady, give me your keys. And they're looking at each other. So I can tell they're egging each other on for some reason. And at one point, one reaches out his hand and goes to like literally take the keys. And the thought in my head was, oh my goodness, I have an hour drive ahead of me. Like, you can't take my car. Do you know what time dinner is going to be at my house if my car gets stolen right now? And that was like a quick little thought. And the next thing I knew, my mouth was open and I was making the kind of sound that like an elephant makes when it trumpets. And like I was raised to be a good, quiet little girl. And I was thinking, wow, I'm making a lot of noise here. And I wasn't it wasn't like I was trying to attack them or send them any kind of bad energy. It was just like a loud, this is my space, this is my keys, this is my car, and like, you're done here. And sure enough, after a long time, and I could feel my belly muscles that with my meditation, you practice like a lot of core strength from the belly, and I could feel my belly muscles like shrinking in and like tightening up, and I was just making this noise. And they listen for a little minute, and then they look at each other and they turn around and they walk away like as fast as they could walk without actually running. Like we're too cool to like admit that we're just going to back away, but they just like, and they were gone and poof. And I was like, wow, what just happened? And the lady on the other side of the pump is like, what just happened? Were you screaming? I'm like, yeah, those boys wanted my keys. And she's like, oh, they shouldn't do that. That's bad. And I have your back. We wouldn't have let that happen. And
Wow.
I was like going to get in the car, and I was thinking, well, I wonder if there'll be like a trauma memory associated with this, or should I, instead of driving home, should I just sit and meditate or something? And I checked in and I felt my heart rate, and it was like 65 beats a minute, like kind of normal for me. And I felt my pulse. I could feel like my cheeks and my overall being. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Nothing bad happened. And I was certainly feeling fear in the moment. I was very activated, but not overwhelmed. Just like, it was very cool, actually. I was like, God, these kids, they're going to be bragging to their friends, and I'm going to be bragging to my friends.
Wow.
Like how cool that our lives could intersect for this little moment. And now I have a story for you. So yeah, so I just drove home, and it was like a normal drive home. And, my husband asked me how my day was, and I got to tell him the story, and he fed me dinner, and it was all good. So I can imagine many other situations that would have had more actual danger in them. And I hope that I would have reacted like, just give him the keys. Like if I was really feeling like it was dangerous, but it was mostly just unusual. Like, I don't know how to deal with this, but this inner being that apparently I have now, and that the meditation has helped me be kind of one with. So,
Yeah. So basically that elephant sound, and I have this like visual of like what that looked like. Um, and but feeling like so present, so alive. So like
yeah,
that aliveness, that breathing practice, that focused awareness really keeps you present and resilient and all of the things that you need when there's a fight or flight situation.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think aliveness is a really good word for it. Um, and it's so different from like, back to when I first started meditating, and I was like a pot that was ready to boil at all times. There was very little aliveness in that.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
but this, being able to be calm and notice, I mean,
Mm,
every moment there's like little hints of beauty, little things to be appreciative of. And it's not like, oh, I'm going to write my gratitude list. Like, that's great, but I don't want to have to like make myself notice what's good, or make myself notice what I'm grateful for. I want to live in the world and experience it. Like, I want it to tell me, not me to go looking for it. And I feel like that's what meditation has done for me. It's given me more physiology, more capacity to handle the little ups and downs from a more solid place. So it's, this heart rhythm meditation, very powerful stuff.
oh
Um,
yeah. I agree. I have, sometimes I don't catch the live meditations that you do on Tuesday nights, but the couple that I have caught, and even there when you send them out, usually I'd say probably I don't listen to them all the time, but there's a handful of times that I have actually listened to them. And one night there was the appreciation one that really got me to really go deep into the value and the what appreciation like feels like. I almost felt like I could like feel it. I was like put it in my hand. And I was like, I feel like I can touch appreciation. And it was so valuable. So I was really grateful to because I get it. I mean, I have a 22-year-old son, and yeah, there's, there's stuff, and meditation really gives you that permission to really pause and just be okay with not feeling like you have to respond to things right away. Feeling like it's okay to not feel like you have to be in a rush. It's really okay. It's just gonna
Yeah.
be fine. And
Yeah.
everything's gonna work out perfectly. I always feel safe, you know, that feeling like, yeah, especially your meditations, there's a sense of underlying safety that comes through that
Yeah.
I'm very appreciative of. Oh, the
Yeah.
sun is like setting right there over my over my head. All right, so I will let you go though, but that's perfect. I'm gonna send this out in my next newsletter, and I will send this to you as well. So
Thank you. Thank you. That's great.